Hello everyone, myself Anam Fatma from Department of Computer Science and Information Technology. Today the topic will be covering the subject of Theory of Computation for MCA semester 3rd. Within this topic we will be starting, it will be introduction to what is the automata theory, what is its definition, introduction, what are the central concepts behind the automata, where we start with the basic concept of a symbol, which is your alphabet, strings which are nothing but combination of these input symbols, and collection of such strings forms your language. Then next we are going to talk about the classification of automata, which is defined by the Chomsky hierarchy. And according to it, the first type of automata which we are going to discuss is your finite automata, and which is of two types, your deterministic finite automata and your non-deterministic finite automata. So talking about the introduction, automata basically focuses upon the abstract computing devices or machines. What it is trying to do is you can study the capabilities of the modern computer with the help of this subject of automata, because here you're trying to simulate these machines on a mathematical model, right? So here your Turing's goal was to describe what is the boundary of a particular computing machine, what it can do and what it cannot decide, right? So here it is basically a theoretical branch of computer science which makes a combination of your computer science and mathematical models, as I said, right? And here you're going to study its applications can be used in studying how your information is being transferred or transmitted, and with the help of your machine, without the need of any direct participation of any man, right? So as I said, these are the abstract models of machine which will be helping you to perform computations when you're given a certain set of input, and then you're going to move through a series of states that your transition functions are defining it, and these transition functions determine what will be the next configuration based on the current state and what is the input symbol you are reading, right? As a result of it, you will be able to reach an accepting configuration, and if you read that accepting state, we say that the input is being accepted by your machine, right? The most powerful and the general form of automata is your Turing machine, and your modern day computer is based on your Turing machine. So talking of a mathematical model, as I said, it can be imagined as a discrete automata where you're giving a certain set of input symbols, and here there will be defined a set of states on which you'll be reading the input symbols, and then you will be moving to the next state defined by your transition function. So there will be a state relation which is defined what is the present state and what is the present input you are reading, and there is an output relation which is defined by your state only, or both the input and the state which is being read. So here based on these transition functions and reading a certain set of inputs defined by your states, you are going to get to a output state. So automata is also related to your complexity, where you can study the limitations of a computation by trying to study its mathematical model, and based on that you have a concept of decidability, where you can say whether a problem can be solved or not, right? And this is how efficiently what a computer can do in tractability problems. All these can be solved with the help, can be studied with the help through this subject of automata. So before going into the your automata models, we're going to talk about certain generic concepts behind your automata theory, which are defined. First concept is an alphabet, right? Next is your string, and third, as I said, your language. So alphabet, we're talking about nothing but a set of input symbols, right? String is a combination. This is a sequence of these symbols which are being chosen from these alphabets, right? And then we have a powers of an alphabet defined, where you can take strings of length 1, length 2, and make the different combinations which are defined by your sigma 1, 2 in this way. Then we talk about the your sigma star and your positive, which is also known as your clean closure. Then your sigma plus, which is also called your positive closure. The relationship between these two closures is that if you are going to include your symbol of epsilon to your positive closure, it forms your clean closure. Then language is nothing but a common set of these strings which are being formed with the help of your input alphabets, which are being chosen from your power set of the alphabets defined by your sigma star. And all the combinations of input symbols form your sigma star, and language is nothing but a subset of the sigma star which have some common pattern. So this is your central concept of your automata theory, and in next class class, maybe we'll discuss about the family of automata.